I'm Rachel Hernandez, real estate investor turned mobile home investor and best-selling author. I make a living investing in mobile homes for cash flow for long-term passive income. After many mistakes and lessons learned, I've been able to create the kind of life where I can do the types of things I want to do, not have to do. I created the Adventures in Mobile Homes podcast to share with you what I've learned so you can spend more time with family, friends, and do things you love. Mobile home investing can help you get there. If you want to hear real stories with practical and actionable advice you can use from someone who's been in the trenches and who's still investing today to create the type of life you love, then you're in the right place. Let's get started. Well, hey there, and welcome to the Adventures in Mobile Homes podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Hernandez, aka Mobile Home Girl of AdventuresInMobileHomes.com. Thank you so much for joining me here on the 33rd episode of the podcast. Now, just in case you missed it, be sure to tune in to the last episode where I talk about the SAFE Act and Dodd-Frank when it comes to your mobile home investing business. As I went over in that episode, if you're going to be selling your homes using owner financing, as Lonnie Scruggs did, the godfather of mobile home investing and my personal mentor, then you need to be aware of both the SAFE Act and Dodd-Frank. Now, if you missed that episode, be sure to go back and listen to it before you listen to this episode. Because in that episode, I talk about how the SAFE Act and Dodd-Frank came about and why you need to know about them as a mobile home investor, especially if you plan to be investing in mobile homes for the long term. Again, you need to be aware of these laws, the SAFE Act and Dodd-Frank, and read up on them and study them so that you, as a mobile home investor, know what you can and can't do when it comes to offering and selling your homes using owner financing to end buyers who intend to live in them as their personal residence. It's very important that you know about these laws and study them so that you can be compliant with the law. Otherwise, you may get into trouble when doing these types of deals as a mobile home investor, which may have consequences. But today, I want to talk about my new course on Dodd-Frank and the SAFE Act. And it's made especially for mobile home investors. And as mentioned before, I've been working on this course for over a year. And I've studied these laws extensively so that everything can all be in one place. But before we move on, let's hear a word from our sponsor. Hey there, Rachel here. Are you a mobile home investor wanting to sell your homes using owner financing? As Lonnie Scruggs, the godfather of mobile home investing, taught and did himself as a mobile home investor? Are you in it for the long haul, investing in mobile homes as a real estate investor? Well, if you are, then there are two laws that you need to be aware of if you're doing business in the United States as a mobile home investor. The SAFE Act and Dodd-Frank. Now, both of these laws came about as a result of the subprime mortgage crisis that happened between 2007 and 2010, which contributed to the global financial crisis that happened between 2007 and 2008. And these events eventually led to the Great Recession that happened between 2007 and 2009. So, before all of this, there weren't as many restrictions when it came to offering your homes on owner financing as a real estate investor. Though, as a result of both of these laws that were passed, the SAFE Act and Dodd-Frank, as mobile home investors, we've had to change the way we do business and how we do business when going this route and offering up your homes using seller financing as a real estate investor. Now, over this past year, I've been working on a course specifically for mobile home investors on both of these laws, the SAFE Act and Dodd-Frank. And in this course, I go over exactly what you need to know and what options you can take as a mobile home investor to be compliant with these laws. So, if you want to get more information about the SAFE Act and Dodd-Frank, and you're ready to learn more so that you can be compliant with the law when it comes to investing in mobile homes and continuing your journey as a mobile home investor, then check out my new course, What You Need to Know About Dodd-Frank and the SAFE Act. Go to www.adventuresinmobilehomes.com/SAFE Act Dodd-Frank course, all one word, for more information. Again, www.adventuresinmobilehomes.com/SAFE Act Dodd-Frank course. Sign up today to get the information that you need so that you can learn how to stay compliant with the law and be a successful mobile home investor. Now, back to the show. Okay, first things first. Before I talk about the course, I do want to make a disclaimer. This course is in no way a substitute for legal or professional advice. It is merely a supplement to the material already out there on the subject of Dodd-Frank and the SAFE Act as it relates to mobile home investing. Now, I do include my own experiences in the course, which I'll get to in a bit. And I do have interviews with an expert, which I'll talk about, where we go into the details of Dodd-Frank and the SAFE Act, and also talk about different options available in order to structure your deals. Though, again, this is not a substitute for legal or professional advice. Laws differ from area to area, state to state, country to country. So, if you need legal or professional advice, you'll need to seek the services of a competent professional in your area. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Now, what the course does provide is the information that you need to understand these laws and gain the perspective from someone doing this day in and day out, me, including my own experiences actually going to court with residents for non-payment and presenting my case to each judge, which I'll talk about in a bit. The information that you get from the course will save you time looking for the information yourself, as well as serving as a resource when you need to go back and reference something, and bringing up certain issues if and when you do talk to an attorney or professional about these laws. In the end, having access to this information will save you both time and money. Okay, getting back to it. Let's talk about the course. What is it all about? And how can it help you as a mobile home investor? Well, let me start off by saying that this course has definitely been a work in progress. It's been something that has been in the back of my mind and something that I've been thinking about doing because so many people over the years as a blogger writing about my stories and adventures in mobile home investing since 2007, and now as a podcaster, people have asked me about this over and over and over again. And so I decided to finally address the subject so that I could finally speak my mind and help others learn more about the SAFE Act and Dodd-Frank when it comes to offering up your homes on seller financing to end buyers who want to live in them as their primary residence. So here I am. Now, I began my research on the project well over a year ago, and I've researched both the SAFE Act and Dodd-Frank as it relates to mobile home investing extensively. Yes, I took my time with it, but if you know me, when I put something out there, I make sure to cover all of my bases. And this is something I just couldn't put together in one weekend. So again, here I am. So let's talk about the course itself and what I cover in the course and how it can help you as a mobile home investor. Well, to begin with, the course is a primer on how to understand the SAFE Act and Dodd-Frank as it relates to what you do, aka offering up your homes using owner financing as a mobile home investor. So, in the course, I go over in more detail exactly what the SAFE Act is and Dodd-Frank as it relates to selling your homes using owner financing as a mobile home investor. Now, I touched on both acts in the previous episode, episode 32, SAFE Act and Dodd-Frank for mobile home investors. But I didn't go over these two laws in as much depth because honestly, there's a lot to digest. Both laws need to be looked at and examined carefully because they're both pretty extensive in nature. So, in the course, I go over each law. First the SAFE Act, and then Dodd-Frank. I talk about its history, how the two laws came about, what they are, and what you can and can't do as a mobile home investor to be compliant with the law. Now, in addition, I go over the misinformation that is being set out there by some real estate gurus, which is wrong. And I talk about how what you do as mobile home investors do apply to both laws and how to conduct your mobile home investing business legally and ethically. Now, apart from going over each law separately, I also talk about the history of mobile home investing. I tell you exactly how investing in mobile homes apply to the SAFE Act and Dodd-Frank, and why and how you have to learn to adapt to these new laws. No longer are times the same as when Lonnie Scruggs, the godfather of mobile home investing and my own personal mentor, invested in mobile homes. No longer can you just put the paperwork together yourself as Lonnie once did. That was before the SAFE Act and Dodd-Frank. That was before these laws were put into place. Now we must learn to adapt to these laws, study them, and make sure that we are compliant with these laws when we offer the homes that we have available to buyers using owner financing. Otherwise, we could face consequences in the future. So, you'll have the information there about the SAFE Act and Dodd-Frank, as well as links to resources to help you as a mobile home investor. Now, in the course, I'll also go over different options that you can take in order to structure your deals as a mobile home investor, as well as licensing if you plan to get licensed as a licensed mortgage loan originator, or LMLO for short. And also what the pros and the cons are of getting licensed. Plus, I'll talk about working with LMLOs and how to find them if you plan to work with an LMLO to do your deals. Now, furthermore, I also have interviews with an expert who'll go over both of these laws extensively and in detail. And we'll talk about the options that you can take as a mobile home investor in order to stay compliant with the law. You'll also get an exclusive Dodd-Frank and seller financing special report to help you navigate the waters of both of these laws. Now, with the expert, I also have a bonus interview where we'll talk about a special technique that you can use as a mobile home investor to be compliant with the law. Now, this is something that isn't talked about much or heard about that much in the real estate investing community. So, you definitely don't want to miss this. Now, as a student of the course, if you decide to take the course, this expert has agreed to make themselves available and help answer any questions students have who take the course. You'll also be able to ask questions right in the lessons as it relates to the course, and you'll also have access to a special private forum where you can ask questions and network with other students of the course. Now, in the course, I also go over how to structure your deals and where to find the contracts to do your own mobile home deals, which is another question I get from folks when it comes to investing in mobile homes. Plus, and I think this one is something that you'll be very interested in, I talk about actual court cases that I personally have gone through when taking residents to court for non-payment, including the types of paperwork I use, how my deals are structured, getting up and presenting my cases to the judge, and the outcomes of each case before each judge. Now, this is something I've never talked about or written about publicly. So you'll be getting this information firsthand as a student of the course. And I'll tell you exactly how I structure my deals and what paperwork that I personally use when doing my own mobile home deals, and how to prepare and present your case to the judge should you ever have the need to go to court with the residents that you work with. In addition, I also have a section where I go over the most important factor to success that you can take as a mobile home investor, which is pretty important and comprehensive and not to be taken lightly. This information is priceless and not very common to find. So you definitely want to take the course to get this information as a student. Lastly, you'll also get a workbook as a student of the course to follow along and take notes. All of the links to the resources will be in the workbook, as well as in the course itself. There's lots of room to take notes in the workbook, whether you choose to write it by hand or save your notes digitally in the workbook on your computer. So, as you can see, there's a lot in this course as it relates to the SAFE Act and Dodd-Frank, and applies to what we do as mobile home investors. It's taken me well over a year to put all of this information together and package it up for you so that it's all in one place. So there you have it. The information about my new course on the SAFE Act and Dodd-Frank, and how it can help you as a mobile home investor in order to do your own mobile home deals and learn about these laws and stay compliant. And I'll be honest, it's a lot of information. And this type of information is not easily found. So I get it. It's hard to find information about these two laws, the SAFE Act and Dodd-Frank, as it relates to mobile home investing. So that is why I decided to put this course together and take my time with it. Trust me, this course will save you a bunch of time and money if you're thinking about going to look for this information yourself. Yes, you can hire an attorney or professional to go over all of this information with you, though it will cost a lot of money and time. Plus, there aren't too many attorneys or professionals well versed in these laws. So it may take some time trying to find someone familiar with them. By taking the course, you'll get the information that you need to help you as a mobile home investor if you do decide to offer your homes using seller financing. And if you have further questions or need the advice or input of a professional or an attorney, then you can take what you've learned from the course to them for verification and confirmation. So in the end, it will save you a lot of time and money if you decide to take the course. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Now, if you'd like to sign up for the course, I'm offering a special discount here for a limited time for listeners of the podcast. Though you'll have to act fast, as it will go back to the regular price very soon. And in fact, there's a timer with a countdown on the course page. So from the date of this episode being released, the special discount is set to expire. So if you're interested in learning more about Dodd-Frank and the SAFE Act as it relates to mobile home investing, I highly recommend you sign up for the course before the discount ends and the price goes up. And just so that you know, the course is completely online. So once you sign up, you'll be able to access the course and all of the information and materials included. So if you'd like to sign up, go to www.adventuresinmobilehomes.com/Safe Act Dodd-Frank course. Again, www.adventuresinmobilehomes.com/Safe Act Dodd-Frank course. Sign up today to get this special exclusive discount before it goes away. I hope you find this course useful and something that will help you as a mobile home investor as you continue your path to investing in mobile homes and finding success and eventually freedom so that you can create the cash flow that you need to give you the time to do the things that you want to do, not have to do, as I've personally done myself. So, what did you think? Did this episode help you as a mobile home investor? I hope so. If you've enjoyed the show and find value with it, please consider supporting the show. I've enjoyed this podcasting journey so far, and it's something that I've always wanted to do. I'll include a link in the show notes on how you can support me if you'd like to check it out. For more information on this episode, check out the show notes where I link up some of the resources mentioned here. You can find it at www.adventuresinmobilehomes.com/33. And that is the number 33. Again, www.adventuresinmobilehomes.com/33. And if you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to share it with family and friends. And be sure to follow me and subscribe. If you have some time, I'd love to hear your feedback through a short Apple Podcast review. Until next time, this is Rachel Hernandez, aka Mobile Home Girl of the Adventures in Mobile Homes podcast, signing off. Thanks for tuning in.